unless you live under a rock or just don't watch a lot of YouTube, well done you, you'll know we have a few new drones announced from Autel, with more to be announced if you go by the comedy leak they released a while ago. But which one have I pre-ordered for the UK, and when will we even see these models come to UK shores? So during the previous week or so, we have been bombarded with information about the new Autel drones. It's all very, very exciting, and I, for one, am looking forward to the fact that we're now going to hopefully have a little more competition in the consumer camera drone marketplace. Certainly market leaders DJI could do with a little bit of competition, shall we say. It will be good to see other companies pushing DJI a little bit from the point of view of perhaps some innovation, although these drones are already pretty cool, but also perhaps from a affordability point of view, perhaps we'll start to see drones pushing down, although looking at the Autel prices, they're certainly heading up at the moment. DJI gives you reliability out of the box. Confidence rarely found with other brands. Now, I am open to other brands. The first brand loyalty I had was built with Parrot. I loved their Bebop from the point of view that I could crash it and make errors whilst learning and it wouldn't fall apart. The Bebop 2 was a solid aircraft and stable in the air. Sadly, it came a little late in the game and my heart was already taken away by the DJI Mavic Air 1 with 4K capability, etc. Too much of a gap to the Anafi, which actually led, in my opinion, to the whole brand falling off. The Bebop 2 was fantastic, but as a 1080p camera, it really wasn't going to go anywhere. Then I stayed with DJI as their releases kept me satisfied. I had no reason to look outside the brand for my droning needs, even purchasing a now old tech Inspire 1 Pro with X5 camera, which has been used on a surprising amount of commercial jobs. However, for the first time, I find Autel turning my head a little. Although previous releases like the Evo and Evo 2 interested me, the spotty UK availability and support put me off a little bit. Plus the drones didn't really offer me anything over the DJI models I already own. Autel have a good quality record as well, and many of the Geeksvana viewers have given me a lot of positive ownership experiences, so this makes me a little more keen over the releases from the likes of Hubsan, which I'm still yet to fly their mini drone, but it does seem to be lagging a little bit behind in terms of functionality and stability. So far, there are more updates to come, of course. At this point of the video, it is important to factor in the UK drone regulations. As many of you will know, there is a lot of freedom for sub 250 gram drones at the moment. We're still waiting for the C-label drones, which would give A2 CofC holders the ability to fly C2 drones within 5 meters of uninvolved people. As we do not even have a C-label system agreed yet, then it's going to be a while, unfortunately. So for me, that rules out the Light Plus, or even the Evo 3 leaked models, because they simply will not give me the freedom needed to get the shots I want. Enter the Nano series of drones from Autel. These mini drones are sub 250 grams and therefore enjoy the freedoms in congested areas and flights over people we all enjoy so much with the Mini 2. Ken Dono of Original Dobo recently invited myself and Ian from Mads Tech to chat drones on a recent live stream. Ken also works with DroneWorks, a drone dealer in Florida, and he has been hands-on with the Nano, and this is what he had to say about it.
It doesn't feel like a mini, and that's where
exactly.
And I'll just say from touching one hands-on, it doesn't feel cheap, and I don't know how the hell they were able to achieve that weight. It's got to be from the battery. It's got to be from the battery because it doesn't feel like the mini, like it has a lot of flex and it just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel robust. This doesn't feel like that. And that's where I was sort of like, how the hell did they do this? You know, I didn't personally say, I didn't whip out a scale. I don't carry a scale with me when I go to places or talk to these companies. But I mean, that would be sort of weird.
Yeah.
Also, it would be weird.
I'm going to weigh it. I'm going to weigh it now. Hang on.
I would probably get some, questions from TSA. Be like, hey, why are you bringing this? Why is this scale in your bag? Well,
precision scale.
Precision scale is in my bag. They probably think I'm transporting drugs or something. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it's not quality. Like that's my biggest thing. I was like, oh shit, this is actually, and to be honest with you, the whole 250 thing here in the States, it doesn't really matter all that much. If you're somebody who is 107 certified, you don't give a shit about a 250-gram drone. You just
Yeah.
don't care. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter at that point.
Which is the opposite here in the UK, and not for commercial operators, because it's the same
Right.
thing, but the sub 250 audience here is where I think Autel could make a killing in the UK and EU. The quality feel of the Nano is another box checked for me. Let's also look at the specification of the Nano series, and more particularly the Nano Plus model. The Nano Plus drone offers a lot of tech for under 250 grams, and I have to say I'm genuinely impressed. Three-way obstacle avoidance, which Autel describe as binocular vision sensors, with essentially cones coming from each sensor to improve the field of detection. The sensors will avoid obstacles which are in front, below and behind the aircraft. Interestingly, as many of you have commented before on other DJI releases, we're yet to see much in terms of side avoidance, which many would find useful in terms of flying orbits, etc. But again, we need to give this little drone a break in terms of being so lightweight. There are the usual benefits you'd expect to see on a DJI marketing page, frankly, with lots of talk of flight modes, editing on the go, and quick share capabilities. Dynamic track is one I'm going to be very interested in, especially as the UK drone rules allow the drone to go out of sight of the operator when in this type of mode to a maximum of 50 meters. It could make for some pretty awesome footage. The Nano Plus also gets a bump in terms of camera capabilities with a 1x1.28 sensor, which is 0.8 inch in real terms, capable of 50 megapixel photos. There is also a RYYB color filter array, which will be interesting to see, with a large aperture improved over the standard Nano to an f-stop of 1.9, which should bring some decent low light capabilities. The Autel site waxes lyrical about the camera specs, and I'm hoping it lives up to the promise. I'm slightly concerned about the controller, which looks a lot like the Parrot controller later seen paired with the Skydio. I had one of these style controllers with my Parrot and Affy, and I didn't feel like it gave a lot of the precise control that I'm used to with other aircraft. We will have to wait and see, of course. Perhaps it might be an excuse to upgrade to the Smart controller if compatible. So for me, this offers a lot of spec, but in a drone under 250 grams, so therefore the UK drone rules, meaning at the moment you can fly it in many more places than heavier Autel or DJI drones. It also represents enough of an uplift in specification over the DJI Mini 2 for me to decide to pre-order one. As you might have already guessed, I'll be going for the Nano Plus model myself, with the premium package to gain the usual add-ons and extras you enjoy in such a pack. I have pre-ordered this from DroneWorks, who are able to ship internationally. Time will tell in terms of stock availability, etc. though. One of the main reasons I'm doing it this way is availability. Previous launches from Autel haven't prioritised stock and support for the UK and EU, and I would expect it to be some time until we see regular availability through UK retailers. As yet, Autel have not even confirmed numbers and stock levels in the core market of the US, so it remains to see if the worldwide chip shortages will impact on numbers of units getting out there. We just don't know, so keep that in mind in terms of expectations on getting our hands on these. But I decided to do it as it would be great to have one of the new Autel drones for the channel to give you all a closer look. Let me know in the comments below which of the Autel models you are considering ordering. I will keep you informed on shipping, etc., and we'll have an unboxing once it arrives. I'll certainly be putting it up against the DJI Mini 2, so subscribe for those videos. Sean out.